is SportsCenter.
Russ Thomas Insurance salutes our American
good in 30?
heroes who, through their own personal sacrifice, ensure our freedoms here and abroad. From veterans of foreign wars to our servicemen and women here and overseas, to the police, fire departments, and EMTs, we salute you. This message was brought to you with pride by Russ Thomas Insurance, a company dedicated to the quality of life in the communities where their customers and employees live. That's Russ Thomas Insurance at 2722 Charlestown Road in New Albany.
This is Marcus Maven, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville from the OPC Services Studio.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I'm going to get banned for that, too. I'm going to get a copyright here for that, Brian.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest
I'm going to have to get our
Services
guy to make
Studio.
some music for us.
Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. People, I got a little bit of a problem. I know we have people that can help. Here's the problem. Brian Hall, are you there? Brian Hall, are you there? You're on air. Okay, so Brian, you and I are going to work this out together. We don't need Steve. We don't need Patty Ice. We don't need 93.9. We don't need ESPN 680. You and I have to work out this problem amongst us and the listeners. Do you know what that problem is?
What is that?
In order to continue to grow, our YouTube channel picks up subscribers every day, and people, everybody says the exact same thing. Once they start watching or listening to the show on YouTube, they say it's a game changer. You cannot go back because they get to see how real it is in person. That's why I always encourage you. We are made for the Ville.com.
It's like watching the Dan Lebitard show with Stu Gatz on TV.
Oh, well, compared to other people, it's like watching Midday with Marcus Maven, Steve
yeah,
Rummage, and Patty Ice. And forget them, man. But you get the point.
It's fair.
The point is, in order for us to keep this thing moving, keep this momentum going, we got to stop getting copyright dings, Ryan. So
we got to go all instrumental on everything.
We either have to go instrumental or people. If you make music,
I like where this is going, Marcus.
you follow me at Maben939. You send me a little message, say, hey, at Maben939, follow me. I make music. I'd like to present some of my music as your rejoin music. You will never get another opportunity so great in your life, right? Like, it won't happen. I'm giving you the opportunities to have thousands and thousands and thousands of people hear your music on our rejoins, because I can't keep playing Mace and Puff Daddy. He don't play around about his money. You use some Puff Daddy music, they want you to pay. And every time I go to do the editing on the YouTube channel, I always see copyright something, and you're going to have to delete this much of your video to even people. I need your help. If you make music, if you got a friend that makes music, the one thing I'll tell you, language, please. We can't say certain things on the rejoin. If you want to just give us a 30-second snippet where the language is acceptable, that's acceptable too. But Brian, do you have a plea that you want to, or do you have any specialty music that you want to request that the show needs, that we can request? Anything you want to throw out there?
Well, I mean, anything like Marcus said that is a local artist, we can do that. We're okay with any songs. It's just we need instrumental versions. If it's their music, if it's copyrighted. So basically, if you want some instrumental suggestions, you can send them my way on Twitter at Brian Hall at ESPN.
Right, and it doesn't have to be instrumental. If it's your music, then that's fine. If it's your music and you send it to us, we can play it. We just can't play the copyrighted stuff because every time Brian Hall's playing the rejoin music and it messes up the YouTube channel. You get the point right there, people. But here's the thing. We started talking a little bit of Western Kentucky quarterback. I don't want to say controversy, quarterback usage. So, Steve, right now, heading into the Western Kentucky game, this is what I have. This is the checklist I have, and I think you're going to know where I'm going with this. QB, RB, WR, defensive line, defensive backs, special teams. Right?
Okay.
We need concern orders.
Okay.
Number one being the highest concern through the for the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, defensive line, defensive back, special teams. 8150 939 is the number. 3831 939 is normally the text line. We Are Made for the Ville is the YouTube channel right now. You can feel free to text us on any of those if you have a different order, because normally it goes QB, running back, wide receiver. Like normally that's the order of concern.
Sure. Yeah.
I wrote down the natural order, but here's the thing. That special teams run back, I need to know that wasn't fake.
Yeah.
I need to know that one wasn't fake.
Right. No, I agree. I think
we're giving up too many yards.
For me, I think DB's at the top of my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Steve. Is it DB? I mean,
yeah.
Steve.
Yeah. That's Steve. So Steve Rummage.
No, but seriously, Steve, we're starting with defensive back.
Yeah, for me, definitely.
That's the one where you had a conversation and guy says Louisville will not be good because your defensive backs are not good, and that's the one that makes you kind of.
Yeah, and I don't think it's that they're not good. I think you just got to find the right mix there.
You're closer to agreeing with Louisville will not succeed because of your defensive back.
Yeah.
Than anything else on this team.
Yeah, absolutely. In my opinion. But so I think you're finding guys. I mean, now the Alabama game is kind of the only thing we got to look at as far as DBs, because there wasn't a lot of throwing the ball against Indiana State. But I think But
when they did.
Yeah, when they did, I mean, it was there. I don't know. I mean, because it's weird. See, this is where I keep going back to, where I have a hard time with this team. I feel like they came up and hit some guys against Alabama. Of course, I have to separate the corners and the safeties a little bit. Like, I think
we're not going to say they're a unit. They're a unit that plays off each other. Because I know where you're going.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I guess you could do that. And it's hard because you don't know on the field when a guy is running open. You don't know if he was supposed to have safety help or if he botched it. So, I mean, that you almost got to put them all together.
See, the reason I asked you, I'll give you a chance to pause and kind of recollect this one. To me, at that number one spot, I'll go defensive line.
Okay.
And I'll join you because I'm going to say it's my defensive line that's making my cornerbacks look bad.
Okay. Yeah, no, that'd be fair.
There have been plays that the cornerback was in position to make the play, right?
Yep.
Those particular plays are still fixable.
Yes.
Hey, turn.
Yeah.
Tape, turn.
Yep.
Video, turn. Turn every time.
Sure.
I think that's fixable, right?
Yeah.
What I don't think is fixable is one-on-one, we have to bring two extra linebackers that they see coming. They give this quarterback one extra full second because everybody knows if you can't blitz and force a quick pass, your cornerbacks are done.
Yes.
We watched Alabama be able to run a full double cut route on a cornerback, get in and out of his breaks, catch the ball, and turn and face up.
Yeah.
Now, at the very least, a wide receiver has got to be getting hit as they catch the ball.
Yeah. I agree.
If we're playing against a team and we bring a blitz,
this
ball has got to be coming out quick at the very least, and my cornerback has got to be in a position to hit. Now, if his receiver catches this ball and faces up, it's against anybody. If you get a faced-up wide receiver out on an island with a cornerback, you can count your lucky stars if he makes a tackle.
Right.
Right. By the time because you, like I said, you don't have the extra pursuit by the linebacker. Your safeties are usually not in the picture. Like, they're out there alone, and that's where we see those missed open field tackles that look detrimental to the team.
No, I don't disagree with you.
So how much of the cornerback then? And this is me kind of presenting an alternate, the reality to what you're saying. How much is it? Like, and I'll take it a step further.
Yeah.
It's not just in the passing game. We watch the best teams keep their linebackers clean because their defensive line can squeeze on a run play. It's not just let the lineman take up the line, let because like that kind of defense you can never pursue.
Yeah.
If you don't have defensive linemen that can pursue the runner as well as the passer, you're gonna get gonna at a disadvantage.
I don't disagree, which is why my number 2 was defensive line.
Okay. So we probably we're just
no, but
one A and one B.
But I think I put more worry on open field because, like, I agree with what you're saying. I think the reason I moved defensive back to 1. And I guess they could be 1 and 1A. I mean, because I think you sold me a little bit on that explanation. But it's just because I think open field tackling has just not been good. But you could say that for the whole defense right now. But I think open field tackling hasn't been great. But again, it's such a small sample size every time I try to do this. But between that and, again, I do go back to the Alabama game. And there were, for the first few drives, I think the defensive line was getting pressure. And we still were getting beat. I mean, like, we all go back to that first drive, and you say, yeah, well, I give Kane pass, no pun intended, a pass for that play because I was like, man, that was an incredible route, incredible throw.
Oh.
But right before that, I mean, the DBs, you're a little out of position. Guy catches a slant up the middle, goes 40 yards. Like, it was like, and the D-line was coming off a sack. It was like, oh man. I mean, that's the type of things that have hurt me, and the reason why I think I put DB over. But again,
you know what? Defensive back is so noticeable.
Well, 100%.
It's so noticeable. You never see the guard dominate the D tackle, right? All you see is a guy halfway getting blocked and a running back bursting through that area and a guy not being able to really get off of his block. Like, you don't see it up close, though.
No, but I'm interested if people would agree or disagree with what we're saying, because the more I do it, I say, okay, that would be my top 2. Then my other concern, I start to think.
So number 1 is defensive back, defensive line. You and I agree, but we switched those places.
Yeah,
what next?
But then after that, I mean, you go, I mean, man, maybe, I mean, special teams, maybe. And the point I'm trying to make is, for all the talk about the offense, you start to realize, not that worried about the offense. You say. I mean, when I make that list in my head, I'm not real worried about receiver. I think they could move positions around. I explained that yesterday. Running back, I'm not worried about really, because I think Jeremy Smith come in, look good. I think Colin Wilson is good. Trey Smith, you're going to get back. He didn't even play. A lot of people forget that he didn't even play. Again, I don't think he's the top guy.
I was going to say, are you bringing in Trey Smith to this conversation?
The one running back I am a little concerned about is Dave Williams. Haven't really seen anything out of him at all.
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm sure you heard Kobe Smith this morning a bit.
I didn't hear anything.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well,
you could explain that to me.
Here's the narrative. And it's been the consistent narrative. And I want to know what you think. I'm kind of curious about this. Okay. Every time we hear Bobby talk about running backs, and now we had Kobe Smith talk, we keep saying that we have to get Day back to running like Day. That's exactly what the narrative was.
Uh-huh.
Why? Why is that the narrative on Dave Williams?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's a mental thing where you say, man, there's 6 backs if you count Hawkins that are getting carries now. Or I don't know if that's something that they're seeing.
Well, wouldn't you say you ought to be used to it? I mean, you know what? To your point, then, I wasn't going to make it to that point, but to your point, you would think you're used to that after being with Lamar Jackson.
I'm hypothetically saying I don't know if it's mentally or if it's technique-wise. I don't know. Maybe there's some technique there they see.
But they keep saying running like Dave. Like is he running tiptoe?
I mean, he's not really getting carries is kind of what I'm wondering. Like, he's not getting carries. I mean, Colin Wilson, I think, is the best back on the team. I think Colin Wilson's the guy. Jeremy, I think, is going to bring a lot to the table because, I mean, like, I was talking with Patty Ice during the break, and I agree with what we were saying. Said, you know, at a point, is it concerning that a guy comes back and immediately, but he's not. I will say this, and I kind of was talking to Patty Ice now too. I think he's not your normal
he's
no guy.
Rookie. Yeah,
you know, he's been on the team for 2
Kobe
years.
Smith, you know what he said? You know what word he said? He's a very motivated guy.
That's exactly what we said on the show. So you get this guy back, he lost everything. He was sitting at his home a month ago going,
ready to get
I
a
may
job.
be done.
Yeah, ready to get a job.
Yeah, so what can we do here? I'm a former U of L player, you know, going to get a job somewhere. And now he's back.
Intern with middays or something? Like,
sure. We talked to him quite a bit last year.
Baby, you remember that card you gave me?
Yeah.
Were you serious about that?
Absolutely. Let's go to the phone. Lawrence has been hanging on for a while.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Lawrence, what's up, man? Sorry about that.
What's up, guys?
It's good, man.
I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say it again like I've been saying it. The only way you can protect your defense is by running the ball. And I don't know what's up with Bobby. Been up with Bobby. He don't want to run the ball. You got all those good running backs. You got a good offensive line, but you don't want to run the ball. If Louisville going to put up 40-plus points tomorrow, they got to run the ball and try to keep the defense off the field. Because to me, if defense takes more snaps than the offense, that's a real big problem. And you know that defense, I hate to say it, defense ain't great. So you got to find a way to keep them off the field. Yeah, Louisville got to have ball control type of offense. But knowing Bobby, that's not going to happen. So hopefully he do the right thing and start running the ball with these running backs.
Lawrence, listen, I appreciate the call. Let me ask you this, Steve, to Lawrence's point. We all have whispered that. We all have said we need more running. Yeah. Are we asking Bobby James? Because Bobby's always convinced us that he would like to run more if he could, right? Do you think that would be asking for like a change in his DNA, or do you really think he's really trying to establish a run game?
Well, I think it's unfair to even bring up this year at all because, I mean, Alabama jumped on you so fast. I think it was hard to really establish anything running-wise.
They sure did.
Yeah, I mean, and then, I mean, that was the nightmare, you know, where you were like, oh, boom, boom, boom. You're like, oh, we're down 21-0. I mean, you know, it was kind of like that was but yeah, I mean, other than that, and then the rain game, I mean, he ran the ball more than he threw it, but, of course, you just couldn't take anything out of Indiana State. That's what I think is the most frustrating thing is you're week 3, and I feel like you really haven't been able to get anything out of this team yet.
No, it's funny you say that. I kind of wrote this down in my takeaway. I had one takeaway. Let me ask you yours first before I give you mine. Did you watch any of the Boston College Wake Forest game?
A little bit, very little.
Okay, from what you saw, like you're good at making a generalization instantly. What was your takeaway?
They could score.
Both teams.
Both teams could score. I mean, I thought the offensive line for Boston College is good. Mm-hmm.
My one note.
Yeah.
That makes Boston College and Wake Forest a big problem for me. They both got identities.
Yeah.
They both. If you saw 10 highlights from Wake Forest before, it's spring game, whatever.
Yeah.
Spring game, first game, any game. Boston College, against UMass or wherever they was playing. You know, they were playing last week that I watched. They same formations, same system, execution on this system, identity. Run heavy, get you. Run heavy, get you. Run, then punt if you have to. Run 3rd and 4, right?
Yeah.
Boy.
Chances are you've recently talked about it, or thought about it, or might even be thinking about it right now. You're thinking it's time to upgrade your vehicle, and boy, do we have the place for you. Globe Auto Sales. Family owned and operated, serving the greater Kentuckiana area since 1972. Why Globe Auto Sales? Well, the answer is simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the quality buying experience, not the high-pressured sales pitch you get at other places. So while you're thinking about it, stop by Globe Auto Sales located at 5705 Bardstown Road. Check out their inventory at Globe Autos online.
Can you take the audio out of my ear? I can't hear you. What were you saying?
I lost you all for a minute. Did you all throw to break?
No.
They didn't throw to break?
No, man. It says we were connected. Did it just drop on your end or what?
Yeah, you all dropped and you all were gone for about 10, 15 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Let me try something real quick. All right, let's do a delay check real quick. Can you hear me?
Got you now.
Cool. Let's do a delay check real quick. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5. Yeah, we should
6.
be fine. We should be fine. All right. Yeah, I'll get the Marcus
we'll
back
just
to.
come back here. Hold on.
Okay. About to come back.
Yeah, it just happened. It's all good. I figured that's what happened.
We got no audio, y'all.
Brian, you there, buddy? Hello?
I got you all.
Oh, cool. He's there.
Coming back.
Cool. We got no audio, though.
There we go.
There it goes.
You got Keith on the phone.
Got it.
Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And as usual, Bill Escorts and Sons is proud to present our nice hotline. Keith, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. Fire away.
Hey, good. Almost afternoon. About 26 hours from now, I'll be sitting out there tailgating, getting ready for another game. And
nice.
It's gonna be, I'm telling you, I'm not giving up on Puma, and I don't know how anybody could have determined anything about this team or anybody on the team in the two games we've had. Yeah, we'll get a little light against Alabama, but that was Alabama, and then last week was a weather debacle. I mean, they couldn't get in any. I mean, they're out on the field, off the field, on the field, off the field, and torrential downpour. I mean, it's just unfair to sit there and try to judge anybody, and especially a quarterback. And if he had turf toe, I have my suspicions. If he has turf toe, there's no way. I can't believe he'd be ready in a week. They're going to put him in tomorrow to prove he's still the starter. If he has any indications that he still has turf toe issues, he's going to be out quick in the week to be in, and I'm fine with that. But I think we just need to back up, give Juwan some some time to actually get his feet under him and as a starter. I mean, being thrown into Alabama as a brand new starter, my gosh, could it get any worse? I mean, really. So let's just back up and give everybody a chance to settle into the position. And after tomorrow, I think I'll have more of my judging them and looking at them, because I think we're going to have a good weather day, a step up in competition. And as far as Bobby running, he's always been balanced. He's always run and passed about 50-50. So I think we'll see more of that tomorrow. I just think we just don't need to overreact quite yet. That's my take. And go Cards. And tomorrow I think we're going to trump Western Kentucky. I think they're going to break out.
No, look, Keith, I appreciate the call. Here's the thing. Here's what I got to say, and tell me if you agree with this, Steve.
Yep.
As a fan, you're frustrated because you should be able to know more about your team 2 games into the season. But how about this? People who don't like Louisville, people who talk about Louisville, media who like to have coaches that you could talk about, they're as frustrated as Louisville fan. Because they don't know what to say either. They want to make it count.
Well, that's what I said when you're in week 3 now, and I still feel like you're in the preseason with this team. It's
right.
Like, I don't really know what they have. I mean, there's not a lot of answers. I mean, that's kind of what last week's game did to you. So that's where I go back and say, look, tomorrow's kind of like a home opener. It's almost like you're resetting and you're saying, okay, well, let's see what they got.
Right. Outside of what you actually saw on the field, nothing has really happened. And I'm comfortable. Listen, I'm comfortable throwing away the Alabama game. Like, I'm comfortable saying I didn't learn a lot out of that game. Like, other than give me Jonathan Grenard back.
Well, I heard Blankenbaker say this morning, he did have a good point when he said, you're 1-1. You're kind of right where you thought you'd be. You lost the one you thought you'd lose. You won the one you thought you'd win. I mean, it's just you didn't lose it the way you thought you'd lose it. You didn't win it the way you thought you would, but you're still 1-1. Going into, so I think that's where you say you're kind of like, okay, well, let's go. One more game before we get into ACC play.
I got to ask this. We're coming up on the top of an hour. I got to ask this, Steve. You went through an entire show. My God, this is great to be a Louisville fan, right?
Sure.
We went through 1 hour and 40 minutes of football and Lamar Jackson conversation.
Uh-huh.
Has there ever been a time in your life as a Louisville fan that you had 1 hour and 40-minute conversation and you had the kids you had on your campus on visits and you didn't discuss it?
I don't know, but I mean, this is a quietly a big weekend for basketball. Not just what's happening here. I think with Ramsey and Williamson on campus.
Who's on campus right now?
On campus right now,
yes.
Jameis Ramsey and Samuel Williamson, 2 kids from Texas, 4 or 5-star caliber players. They're on campus this weekend, but also David Johnson is on Georgia's campus this weekend. So
Tom Crean.
There is there's a lot of movement this weekend for Louisville basketball. So I mean, this is a pretty big. I mean, last weekend was huge. This week's huge.
Well, tell people how to consume it. Give people at the top of the hour. Give people a way to consume their recruiting news thus far.
Go get a Cardinal Authority account. I don't know.
Josh Josh Nickelberry. Withers, like Jalen Withers, and what? How do we feel right now? Are we ahead of the curve? Or are we behind the curve?
We're way ahead of the curve. We're not just ahead; we're way ahead.
Are we?
Yes. I mean, you have 2 guys that can come in already committed that are going to come in and contribute as freshmen, like that type of player, and then. On top of that, I mean, you've got for the next 3 weeks or so, you've got big-time visits lined up. Like, yes, are you kidding me? Way ahead of the curve.
I think a little bit of my basketball arrogance is kicking in. My arrogance towards the fan base, like, yeah, of course we're ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
but your curve is a little softer than mine. Let's get it rolling.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
So this weekend, you're basically putting out the back signal. If you see Chris Mack. And you see some young, strappy-looking human beings. Their chances are big-time recruits from Texas.
Yes.
You need to
talk to them. You heard Withers on with LSL.
Knowing their names.
Yeah, that's a big deal to them.
Okay, so give me some scores. 8150 939 is the number. 3831 939 is the text line. Give me what you need to see Western Kentucky, like we're going to wrap up the show, on your expectations, your disappointment, what will make you comfortable. Because scratch that, nothing's going to make you comfortable. No, I don't think there's a Western Kentucky score. Because, listen, you win by 60, that was the team that lost to Maine, you know?
Yep.
And if you struggle with them, it was the team that lost to Maine. It's never going to be the team that was with Wisconsin.
No, I don't. That's what I say. I mean, I wanted to cover the spread, but I don't really care about the score this weekend because, I mean, there's going to be a narrative. Hater guy's going to have a narrative either way.
Well, okay, eliminate that. Steve, what does Steve feel like?
What, score-wise?
Yes, score. Or score doesn't even matter.
No, I mean, I want to see him score up in the high 30s, of course. 40s would be nice, but, I mean, score don't matter to me. I want to see, let's see Juwan come out, see if he comes back, bounces back, plays well. Do you get a little more clear picture of the running back situation? Is the tackling better? Because you're going to see a lot of speed from Western Kentucky. So, I mean, there's things there that's going to be learned that I care more about than the final score.
I'm going to say this.
Now, obviously, the score's a story if it's tight.
Right. I'm going to say this on a Friday, and I'm glad I get to go off air as soon as I leave this out here. To leave this floating around, I'm going to need to see a almost violent level.
I want the steak quesadilla.
You're freaking out. I want to see. Is it okay for me to say I want to see violence? I want to see intensity. I want.
Sure.
I want. You know. I'm trying to say this in a nice way.
No. Like, you're right. What you're saying is right.
If you're not hunting for hits, if you're not like trying to impose will on the line, right? Like if I don't see that, if I see the tiptoeing. Do we have somebody?
Yeah.
If I see the tiptoeing guy, if I see the tiptoeing lineman near the pile, if I don't see that last guy who shows up to the party still trying to, like, I'm not going to, I'll protect these kids until the end of time if the second guy is a little bit after the whistle, right?
Yeah.
Because, I know they're going to get this Bobby's undisciplined team, right? I am going to protect late hit guy, not sideline late hit guy.
Sure.
But, the third guy who comes in and just wants to get some, get some hits in. Like, those are the guys. Because, listen, you watch for that because now with injuries kicking in, now with the coaches realizing they're going to have to make some substitutions, there's going to be some guys who don't normally get to play the same way. So if I get a targeting out of my special teams, if I get a guy who a Dorian Etheridge replacement, if he gets an extra pop, those are listen. On this show, I will defend them with all I have.
As long as it's not a dirty play,
right?
If there's no, but if it's my guy come in there full steam and
I'm
helmet to
I'm
helmet,
going too fast to miss his helmet.
Sure.
Yep. Like I'm going to have to see plays.
I agree.
That kind of kill the will of Western Kentucky.
I don't disagree.
Because that means you showing up to the party ready to party on this Saturday night.
Showed up to the party ready to party.
Ready to party.
That's the line. Just like I'm going to show up tomorrow night ready to dominate the media mill.
And you're going to show up to Flanagan's ready to eat, people. 934 Baxter Avenue. We're here. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a bite to eat.
I just ordered. Yeah. Oh, we got Samson on the line.
Okay. Well, we got time. Samson, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Just had a moment, ran out for lunch here and started y'all listening. Just going to say, I would like to see our defense tackle. I mean, I'm talking about no-arm tackles, like just put a hit on somebody and just get, we've gotten really close to some sacks. Just get back in there and just crush some people. I think it's going to be a good game, man. I think Puma's going to get out there and do his thing. Surf like we no problem. Let's fill that fans up. Let's get rowdy. No rain. We get like a do-over for this opening at the stadium. So I'm ready, man. I'm pumped up. I just want to see some people flying around out there. See some of our receivers. Get the running game going. Get some offensive linemen. Pancake some people.
Right.
I don't care if they got to do shots of syrup on the sideline like that Georgia coach, man. It's all facets of the game. Let's just whoop them, man, and then on to the next one. Go Cards, baby.
No, absolutely. Listen, that's a perfect way to end the show, man. I need to see passion. I just need passion. And then, because everything can get better if their kids are passionate. If they're not passionate and uninspired, then I'm thinking they're thinking about going to the league and they're thinking about everything else but football and being great at football. Coaches have got to have the passion out of their players before any execution or anything else can take place. That's what's going to push this team to good wins, good seasons, good vibes from the Louisville fan base. People, again, joining from Flanagan's 934 Baxter Avenue. As always, Bill at Scores and Sons Collision Center, always giving us our hotline. As always, Globe Auto for all your automotive needs. Kenny, they take such good care of us. Jill Blessinger, Becky Blamel, Keller Williams, Caliber Home Loans, always a great partner, keeps it rolling. Windows Plus, Steve, what good is it having that beautiful view?
Yep, if your windows suck.
As always, 8150-939 is the number. As always, 3831-939 is the text line. People, thecrowdsline.com/DFH. Amazon gift cards are going fast. They're going easy. Pick the score. Log in. YouTube, we are made for the Ville. Tune in 10 to 12 every day. 93.9. Appreciate it, y'all.
Good job, guys. I'll see y'all later, all right?
All right, man. Take it easy, bud.
I'll see y'all out there tomorrow. Have fun, though, all right?
Okay, cool, man.